All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show here on this Wednesday, August 24th, 2022. Hope everybody's having a great day. Give me just 1 second here, making sure everything's figured out there. I should be, let me find where I'm live here. All right, hope everybody's having a great day. You can find us live Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room, and also live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at the All Sports All Plays Network. Okay, for some reason that didn't work right. Back out of this. All right. Also, don't forget tonight we're live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern with the Gonzo and the Judge Sports Talk. Come join me or join myself and the sports judge, Jonathan Mathis, 11 p.m. Eastern tonight. We'll cover all the top stories in the sports world. You can find that live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room, and also on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at the All Sports All Plays Network. For some reason, it's not bringing the video up like I need it to. But anyway, I can do it this way. And then also don't forget every morning, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, we have Around the Bases, our baseball show. Come join us in the morning. Wake up with us to some baseball talk. Join myself and the stat guy, Dustin Reese. If you missed it this morning show, you can go check it out on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room. And it's also in podcast form on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. Most places you listen to podcasts at Around the Bases, you can find it. Same way with the Gonzo and the Judge Sports Talk. You can find it in podcast form. You can find this show, Easy Money, a sports betting show, in podcast form. So there's a lot of different ways you can watch and that you can find us. But all right, we'll get ready to jump right into today's slate of games. Been doing pretty good in baseball. Starting next week, we'll start talking NFL. We'll still do baseball picks. We'll start incorporating talking about NFL more and talking about other sports than just baseball. But baseball's been the sport that's been having the games right now. So that's why we've been mainly talking baseball here the last few weeks. But we will be talking NFL starting next week once the regular season starts. All right. Let me check our sound and we'll. All right. Let me check our sound and we'll be. All right. All right, let's jump into today's slate of Major League Baseball games. I'll give a pick out for every game, and then at the end, I'll give out my picks of the day. Like I said, I appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Hit the like and follow buttons on Facebook. Please leave a review on our Facebook page. We greatly appreciate that. At Gonzo Sports Room, and also at the at All Sports All Plays Network, the ASAP Sports Network. Go follow them, like, and subscribe on YouTube. You can find me over there 1 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, with the ASAP Afternoon Blitz. Just got done doing that show a few minutes ago. So go over there, make sure you check that out. They got a lot of great analysts we have over at ASAP, putting out good shows. I think Mike Hughes is getting ready to have a show out, or getting ready to start a show here in a few minutes about Chicago Sky moving on into the WNBA playoffs last night. So make sure you check out what we have going over on the ASAP and here at the Gonzo Sports Room Network. We have a couple games in play right now as you have the Atlanta Braves against the Pittsburgh Pirates. This game is in the ninth inning with the Braves winning 14-0. Another game you have going on right now is the San Francisco Giants at the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers have a 6-1 lead in the seventh inning. Also playing right now, you have the Texas Rangers at the Colorado Rockies. The Rangers are up 1-0 top of the first with runners and score and still have runners on first and third in that game. But our first game that we're going to talk about starts tonight, or actually starts here in about 18 minutes at 3:38 p.m. Eastern Time, as you have the Miami Marlins at the Oakland Athletics. The Marlins are 1.5 run favorites on the road. They are minus 130 on the money line. The Athletics are plus 110 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 7 runs. Neither one of these teams have had great seasons, but the Marlins have been playing well, a little bit better here as of late. The Marlins are 54-69 on the season, 29-36 on the road. They have a 4-6 record over their last 10 games, hitting 192 as a team, and having a 4.48 team ERA. They've been outscored by 19 runs over their last 10 games. They will have Luzardo on the mound tonight. He has a 3-5 record on the season and a 3.44 ERA. The Marlins did have won the first 2 games of this series, so they're looking to sweep Oakland tonight in this series. Oakland is 45-79. They have not been good. 19-41 at home. 4-6 over their last 10 games, hitting 224 as a team with a 4.19 team ERA. They've been outscored by 12 runs over their last 10 games. And on the mound tonight for Oakland will be Irvin. He has a 6-11 record and a 3.33 ERA. Neither one of these teams are great teams, but Oakland has really struggled. They're actually hitting the ball a little bit better now than they were. But I know I like the Marlins, even though the Marlins have not hit the ball great over the last 10 games. I like Luzardo on the mound over Irvin, and the Marlins won the first 2 games of this series. I think the Marlins are going to win game 3 of this series and get the series sweep. Next game we have is the Washington Nationals at the Cleveland Guardians. This game starts at 4:11 p.m. Eastern Time. As you have the Seattle Mariners as 1.5 run favorites at home and minus 320 on the money line. The Nationals are plus 260 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 8 runs. The Nationals have not been good at all. The Mariners have made some moves, and they're putting themselves in position to make the playoffs for the first time in like 20 years. The Nationals are 41-83 on the season, 22-39 on the road. As a team, they are 4-6 over their last 10 games, hitting 232 as a team and have a team ERA at 3.34. And they have been outscored by 6 runs over their last 10 games. They will have Sanchez on the mound tonight, who has an 0-5 record and a 6.43 ERA. The Mariners, like I said, they're in position to make the playoffs for the first time in 20 years. They have a record of 67-56. They are 32-26 at home. 6-4 over their last 10 games, hitting 246 as a team and having a 3.52 team ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 20 runs over those last 10 games. They will have Kirby on the mound tonight, who has a 5-3 record on the season and a 3.47 ERA. The Mariners are on a 3-game home win streak. I look for the Mariners to keep that up tonight. But at minus 320, there's not a whole lot of value there. But I like the Mariners on the minus 1.5. And you can get the minus 1.5 on the minus 1 at minus 146 juice. And I like the under the 8 runs scored in this game as well. But Mariners minus 1.5. And the under the 8. All right, next game we have the Cleveland Guardians at the San Diego Padres. How's it going, Mike Hughes? saw you'll be doing a show here real soon. I just actually plugged it. The Skytown. Like I said, he has a great thing going on over there. He's going to be talking about the Chicago Sky eliminating the New York Liberty last night. That was actually a good game. I thought Asanu was going to bring the Liberty back there to up for an upset, but then they fell apart a little bit. The next game is the Cleveland Guardians at the San Diego Padres. This game starts at 4:11 p.m. Eastern time as well, with the Padres being 1.5 run favorites at home, minus 168 on the money line. The Guardians were plus 142 on the money line. Over under for this game was set at 7.5 runs. Both these teams have been struggling a little bit. The Guardians have been playing better here as of late, where the Padres have just fallen apart since the All-Star break and the trade deadline. And finding out Tatis was out because of PEDs. And now they have Hader's not pitching good, been pitching good as a closer, so they're going to take him out of that position. So Padres have a lot of questions going on right now. But the Guardians have a 65-56 record, 33-31 on the road. As a team, they are 6-4 over their last 10 games, hitting 256 with a 2.43 team ERA, and they've outscored their opponents by 19 runs. They will have Quantrill on the mound tonight, who has a 9-5 record on the season and a 3.77 ERA. The Guardians did win the first game of this series last night. The Padres are 68-57, 35-27 at home, 4-6 over their last 10 games, hitting 213 as a team with a 2.90 team ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 3 runs over their last 10 games. They will have Snell on the mound, who's 5-6 with the 3.76 ERA. The pitchers here are real similar in their numbers. I'm going with the Guardians here. I like the Guardians here as underdogs. You're getting good value with the Guardians as underdogs. They won the game last night. The Padres have really been struggling. I like the Guardians here a lot, especially getting them at plus 142 on the money line. There's a lot of good value there. Yeah, Glenn, that was a real good game. Thought the Liberty was going to come back and pull it off. All right, next game is the Chicago White Sox at the Baltimore Orioles. The White Sox are 1.5 run favorites on the road. They are minus 120 on the money line. The Orioles are plus 102 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 8.5 runs. Neither one of these teams have played up to their potential, but they're both still battling for a wild card spot. The Orioles, I thought, kind of surprised me at the trade deadline, trading Mancini and some of these people away when they were still in contention to make the wild card. But the White Sox are 62-61 on the season, 32-30 on the road. They're 5-5 over their last 10 games, hitting 283 as a team with a 5.28 team ERA. They've been outscored by 15 runs over their last 10 games. They will have Giolito on the mound, who is 9-7 on the season with a 5.34 ERA. For Baltimore, they are 64-58 on the season, 36-23 at home. They are 5-5 over their last 10 as well, hitting 225 as a team with a 4.24 ERA. They've been outscored by 1 run over their last 10 games. They will have Watkins on the mound, who has a 4-3 record with a 4.04 ERA. The Orioles won the first game of this series last night, and they lead the season series against the White Sox 4-1. I like Baltimore here at home as a slight underdogs. Get good value there, getting the Orioles as an underdog. Next game, you have two teams that are going in totally opposite directions. As you have the Angels, who have fired their coach. They've had Trout's been hurt, which he has came back. They've just struggled. And then you have the Tampa Bay Rays, who have been one of the hottest teams in baseball here as of late. The Rays are 1.5 run favorites at home. They're minus 300 favorites. The Angels are plus 245 underdogs. Give me just 1 second. Just 1 second. All right. Yeah, and the Angels are plus 245 underdogs. Over under for this game is set at 7 runs. Sorry about that. I had to respond real quick. But the Angels are 52-71 on the season, 26-35 on the road. The Angels are 3-7 over their last 10 games, hitting 215 as a team with a 4.40 ERA. They have been outscored by 25 runs over their last 10 games. They'll have Mayers on the mound, who has a 1-0 record on the season and a 5.22 ERA. The Angels are on a 4-game losing streak as well. The Rays are 67-55, 40-23 at home. They are 8-2 over their last 10 games, hitting 260 as a team with a 1.58 team ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 28 runs over their last 10 games. And McClanahan is on the mound tonight for the Rays. He has 11-5 record and a 2.29 ERA. I like the Rays tonight over the Angels, but at minus 300 on the money line, there's just no value there. But I do like the Rays at the minus 1.5. I think the Rays will win this game by 2 runs or more. And I would lean toward the under the 7 in this game because with McClanahan on the mound, I don't see a whole lot of offense coming from the Angels. All right. My pen quit working. How's it going, John? Thanks for joining us. All right. Next game is the Toronto Blue Jays at the Boston Red Sox. The Blue Jays are 1.5 run favorites on the road. They are minus 154 on the money line. The Red Sox are plus 130 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 9.5 runs. For the Blue Jays, both these teams have really struggled, really. The Blue Jays have underperformed. A lot of people thought they would be really competing for that division this year. And then Boston has had its struggles as well. But Blue Jays are 66-55 on the season, 30-30 on the road. They are 6-4 over their last 10 games, hitting 248 as a team and having a 2.63 team ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 13 runs over their last 10 games. They will have Barrios on the mound tonight, who has a 9-5 record on the season and a 5.39 ERA. The Blue Jays did win the first game of this series last night. The Red Sox are 60-63 on the season, 29-31 at home, 5-5 over their last 10 games, hitting 265 as a team with a 5.11 team ERA. They've been outscored by 8 runs over their last 10 games. They will have Bello on the mound tonight, who has a 0-3 record and an 8.47 ERA. I like the Blue Jays to win this game on the money line here. Blue Jays are playing better ball than Red Sox. Blue Jays have the better pitcher on the mound. So I'm going with the Blue Jays on the road. Then we have the St. Louis Cardinals at the Chicago Cubs. The Cardinals have been one of the hotter team in baseball as well. The Cubs have actually been playing pretty well here as of late, bringing up some of their younger guys and actually have kind of sparked them a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're not in contention, but just being competitive, I mean. But the Cardinals are 1.5 run favorites on the road. They are minus 225 on the money line. Excuse me. The Cubs are plus 188 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 8.5 runs. Like I said, these are two teams in opposite direction. The Cardinals are leading the Central. The Cubs are toward the bottom of the Central. The Cardinals are 71-52 on the season, 31-31 on the road. They are 9-1 over their last 10 games, hitting .310 as a team with a 2.33 ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 45 runs over their last 10 games. They will have McCullers on the mound, who has a 10-9 record and a 3.32 ERA. The Cubs are 27-37 at home, 6-4 over their last 10 games. They're hitting 197 as a team with a 3.48 ERA. They've outscored their opponent, or they've been outscored by 7 runs over their last 10 games. They'll have Farrell starting, who's making his season debut. I like the Cardinals here at the -1.5. It's a little too steep at -225 to go money line, unless you're going to put them like in a parlay. I, I could see that if you're going to do a parlay, but if you're just doing straight up, I go Cardinals -1.5. They've been one of the hottest teams in baseball, and I expect that to continue tonight against the Chicago Cubs. Then we have the Minnesota Twins at the Houston Astros. The Astros are 1.5 run favorites. They are -240 on the money line. The Twins are +198 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 8 runs. The Astros have been one of the best teams in baseball all season. Got off to a little bit of a slow start, especially with their bats, and then they picked it up a lot later on. Hell yeah, it's always a good thing when you hit a parlay. Astros, Dodgers, Cards, Angels, 257. Not, hey, nice bet there, John. But yeah, the Astros have been one of the better teams. They're 79-45 on the season, 40-18 at home, 6-4 over their last 10 games. They have a 287 or been hitting 287 with a 3.38 team ERA. Outscored their opponents by 23 runs. Valdez will be on the mound. He has a 12-4 record and a 2.72 ERA. For the Twins, they are 62-59, 27-31 on the road, 4-6 over their last 10 games, hitting 230 as a team and having a 2.70 team ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 1 run over the last 10. They will have Bundy on the mound, who is 7-5 on the season with a 4.60 ERA. And the Twins are on a 3-game road losing streak. I like the Astros here, again at -240, unless you're going to put them in a parlay. You're not getting great value, but I do like the Astros to win this game. And I like the under, I like the under the 8 in this game. If you're going to bet on the Astros, I'd go -1.5. You get that at -110 juice. Next game is the Arizona Diamondbacks at the Kansas City Royals. The Diamondbacks are 1.5 run favorites. They are on the road. They are -130 on the money line. The Royals are +110 on the money line. Over under for this game is 7.5 runs. The Diamondbacks are 56-66 on the season, 24-34 on the road, 5-5 over their last 10, hitting 252 as a team with a 4.30 team ERA. They've been outscored by 2 runs over the last 10 games. They will have Gallen on the mound, who has a 9-2 record and a 2.78 ERA. The Royals are 50-75 on the season, 30-35 at home, 3-7 over their last 10, hitting 182 as a team with a 4.13 team ERA. They've been outscored by 22 runs over their last 10. They will have Singer on the mound, who has a 6-4 record and a 3.27 ERA. I like the Diamondbacks here on the money line with Gallen on the mound. And then our last game of the night, you have the Milwaukee Brewers at the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers are 1.5 run favorites. They are -260 on the money line. The Brewers are +215 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 8.5 runs. The Brewers are 65-57 on the season, 34-33 on the road. They have a 4-6 record over their last 10, hitting 167 as a team with a 4.10 team ERA. They've been outscored by 9 runs over their last 10 games. They will have Hauser on the mound, who has a 4-8 record on the season and a 4.72 ERA. For the Dodgers, they've been one of the best teams in baseball and the best team in the National League all season. They're 85-37 on the season, 44-16 at home. As a team, they are 6-4 over their last 10, hitting 243 as a team with a 2.12 team ERA. They've outscored their opponents by 18 runs over their last 10 games. They're going to have Haney on the mound, who has a 1-1 record and a 1.77 ERA. I like the Dodgers in this game tonight, but at minus 260, like again, unless you're going to do a parlay, there's not too much value there. And at minus 1.5, man, the Brewers do play tough. But what I do like in this game is the under the 8.5 would be my best play in this game. All right. I'm going to give you guys a pick for every game, and then I'll give out my best plays of the day. Okay. All right. Pick for every game. I like Marlins money line over Oakland, the Guardians money line over the Padres, the Mariners minus 1.5 over the Nationals, the Orioles money line over the White Sox, the Rays money line minus 1.5 over the Angels. The Blue Jays money line over the Red Sox, the Cardinals minus 1.5 over the Cubs, the Diamondbacks money line over the Royals, the Astros minus 1.5 over the Twins, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. I like the Dodgers to win that game, but my best pick on that game would be the under the 8.5. All right, my picks of the day. My best picks of the day. I like the Guardians money line over the Padres. I like the Orioles money line over the White Sox. I like the Rays minus 1.5 over the Los Angeles Angels. I like the Toronto Blue Jays money line over the Boston Red Sox. And I like the Arizona Diamondbacks money line over the Kansas City Royals. So my picks of the day today are the Diamondbacks money line over the Royals, the Blue Jays money line over the Red Sox, the Rays minus 1.5 over the Angels, the Orioles money line over the White Sox, the Guardians money line over the White Sox, or over the Padres, I mean. All right. I want to thank everybody for joining us. John says he has Seattle, Philly, Tampa, and the Blue Jays. Yeah, I like Seattle to win. I like Tampa. I like the Blue Jays. Unfortunately, I can't root for the Phillies because they're playing against my Reds. That's why I didn't give a pick out for that game. But I want to thank everybody for watching Easy Money, a sports betting show. Don't forget, we're live Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You can also find us in podcast form, Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find it. Easy Money, a sports betting show. Also, don't forget Gonzo and the Sports Judge tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern. Come join myself and the Sports Judge Jonathan Mathis as we talk the top stories going on in the sports world. We're live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room, and also at YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at the All Sports All Plays Network. Please hit that subscribe button for on our YouTube page at Gonzo Sports Room and on the YouTube page for the ASAP Sports Network. Same thing on Facebook and Twitch. Please like and follow. Leave a review on our Facebook pages for both the ASAP Sports Network and for Gonzo Sports Room. We'd greatly appreciate it. You can also find me on the ASAP Afternoon Blitz, 1 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday on the All Sports All Plays Network. Make sure you come check us out over there. That show's at 1. This show's at 3. I'll be doing an interview with pro wrestler from Illinois today at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So join us at Gonzo Sports Room on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch for that if you're a pro wrestling fan. We have an interview at 7 p.m. Eastern with pro wrestler John Scrutch. He's from Illinois, the Chicago area. Looking forward to talking to him. We'll be streaming the Warrior Pro Wrestling live this Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Again, if you're a pro wrestling fan, join us. We'll be doing live commentary, and you'll actually be able to see the matches and everything. But thanks for joining us. Please hit that subscribe button. Thanks for all the support. And one last time, my picks of the day are the Guardians money line, the Orioles money line, the Rays -1.5, the Blue Jays money line, and the Arizona Diamondbacks money line. Hope everybody has a great day. Hope to see some of you guys this evening for the pro wrestling interview, or if not, I would like to see you guys on Gonzo and the Judge Sports Talk tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern. But everybody have a great day, and we will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Peace.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.